What's good, everybody? Happy Victory Monday to
Let's
all you fans
go.
out there. We are getting chewed out by our very own 210 Brahmasita, who cannot join us because the allergies are stronger than she can handle. And
Yep.
then, DJ had to do his late shift at the basement. So let's get the joke out the way.
Hashtag clean up.
Yeah. So
Just like what we
I
did in
think
Arlington.
right here,
Dang.
yeah, that one felt good. I don't know why you know what? Actually, I do have to look. I'm gonna be cordial this time. I have to say thank you to Yogi, the Banditos, the Renegades super fans for greeting us and hosting us and being so kind to us for the majority of the game. I can't speak for the rest of the fan base because we got a lot of one finger salutes. Um,
We
but you
So
know,
they
I
just told
definitely
us
I
we were
want to
number one.
yeah. I want to jump in on that. I don't know if maybe we were just busy being typical Saj and BD or not. I didn't notice necessarily a lot of them coming towards us, but what I did notice is a couple of people sending that not so nice gesture towards Tutem Bramasita.
yeah,
And that for sure, guys. I mean, come on. Like I get it. Your team has lost 5 games in a row. You are the exact opposite of the team that you were last year, and I understand the pain of that. Right? We went through similar circumstances
yeah.
ourselves last year.
We know what it feels
Um,
like.
but shoot that energy towards the field, again, towards your team, the ones that are letting you down, your coach, your quarterback, stuff like that. Sending it at someone as nice as Jackie, man, that's just not cool, guys. Like
Well, I
again, I
know they
get
weren't all sent at Jackie. I
Yeah,
know
it
a
wasn't
couple of them
just
were
yours.
sent my way, and
A couple
you,
were sent
the,
my
the,
way.
the fans that were leaving, we were waving bye to them. We were just
We, we,
well.
telling them,
we were
telling
That's
them
why
also
I
hi,
started
tell them to
waving
have a
goodbye.
nice
we,
trip.
we were also look. We were also egging it on. Look, it's a fun
Yeah.
rivalry, but there's limits, there's boundaries. We understand that, but at the end of the day, um, it was a good game. We had a great time, and I think that is a good way. There's a lot. So one of the things is there was a lot of first timers that had traveled with us to
Mhm.
this away game, and this was their first away game for our Brahmas, and they finally understood the vibe that it like comes with being at an away game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where we basically bring the craziness of the Alamo Dome in a much more compacted fashion and actually like blasted out there. Like we were told by multiple people around the entire stadium that they could hear us loud and clear. So it was almost as if the Brahmas had a home field advantage.
Oh
I
yeah.
I hate to say that, but it did play it did to be told that is
Hmm.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
and that's par for us that have traveled to multiple games. That's par for the course.
Oh yeah.
It's like like I think this is the thing is when you sleep on a team, specifically San Antonio, like everybody did at the beginning of the season, they don't know what to expect when the fans actually show up. And last year during the XFL, we were known as the team with the traveling fans because we showed up at every game.
Hmm.
There was a Brahmas presence at every game. And we're continuing that reputation this year. And it will continue to happen. And the thing is that I don't know that people really understand that when you bring Brahma fans into y'all stadium, that we're not just going to be sitting there quietly and golf clapping for things. No, we're going to be as rowdy as we are in the Alamo Dome and
Yeah.
give our team as much of an advantage as possible. And I think that people felt that. And it was something that I know a lot of people that sat around us that were our renegades did not appreciate and actually got up and moved. And, I'm sorry if we bothered you, but, you know, we bought tickets in those sections fair and square. Like and that's where we sat last year. So it's not like this is the first time. Like this is the second year in a row that we sat in the exact same seats, and we're gonna continue to sit in those seats.
And and we sat, we sat with the Banditos, like kind of right behind them, and we're friends with them. They're great guys.
Yeah.
We were engaging with them during the game. That was a lot of our stuff too. Engaging with them just as friendly rivalry. We were talking trash. We were all talking trash to each other. So
there was one person specifically that I was messing around with, and we had a blast the entire time. And honestly, it all started because of last year when we were doing the whole, fumbling the football thing.
Mr. Crazy Tim himself.
Yes.
Yep.
So every time, didn't matter who dropped the ball, whether it was us, which we had a couple of them that were dropped.
I saw that
every time. We'd look at each other and we'd do that, and we would just laugh and have a good time because, I mean, I get it, right? They're diehard fans.
Yeah.
But they also they're in the situation that we were in last year.
Yeah.
They're still going to go out there. They're still going to root for their team. They're still going to lay everything out on the line. And when their team doesn't quite live up to expectations, they're going to, be upset about it for a little bit. They're going to pick themselves up. They're going to go back out in the parking lot, finish their tailgating, which they're very, very good at. Yeah. And they're going to get prepared for the next game. Right.
Yeah. And the thing is that, I saw the hurt in their faces at the end of the game, and I want all you Renegades fans. I know I give you guys crap every single week, and I will continue to do so. I'm sorry. That's just my thing. But I know what it feels like. We know what it feels like. It doesn't feel good, like you have this hope, that you're better than what you see on the field, and you just come up short. And it is the most frustrating thing. At least last year, us as the Brahmas, we had Orlando to beat up on. And this year, unfortunately, you guys are Orlando. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I wish it was going better. You guys have been competitive in most of your games. But, it just this. I don't know that this is y'all's years. But I do, like I said, I know I'm being called a softie here, but at the end of the day, they did receive us well. They did treat us very nicely and respectfully. The fans that are real fans of the Renegades. As for the other fans, you're the reason why I, do what I do.
To be fair with them, they were way more competitive, and I think they've been way more competitive in their games than DC was against St. Louis last week. So there's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the DC, that was a disappointing thing to watch, to see, like, when I turned on it at the very end of the game, because, I missed most of the game. And I saw it, and Audi Field was empty. Granted, the Battle Hawks were laying the smackdown on the defenders, but to see the Audi Field empty, it was disappointing. Because that's something that having gone through those experiences last year. Granted, we never got a blowout, right? But being on the losing end of things, Brahmas fans typically stayed in the Alamo Dome for the most part till the very end, and that's something that I'm pretty proud of.
So we're talking about DC. I just wanted to bring this up real quick. Arlington Renegades currently points for 90, points against 125. DC Defenders points for 94, points against 138. So statistically speaking, the Renegades are actually doing better than what DC is, even though they've won more games.
So I like this here from John. Me personally, I agree. Those yellow jerseys, man, them yellow jerseys are fire. Like, those are my favorite jerseys. I love seeing those.
Maybe somebody needs to get them in the marketplace and sell them. I'm just saying.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
I'd even be willing to buy one from last year that said XFL on it. Hashtag sell me some merch.
But It was nice being able to run into Mike Scott there at the end of the game, Brahmas alum, brother of Delonte Scott, who had a killer game. That dude was like on every single tackle. I swear, he was all over the place, and he had the look of just a killer in his eyes with a smile. Like it was incredible watching him play. Like he was someone that he was a force to be reckoned with, absolutely. And but there were still a lot of miscues that they got to get cleaned up before the next game, before DC, especially
Yep.
before Birmingham. There was the defense last week. The defense played lights out. This week they went back to that bend but don't break defense, and I that scares me every time. They bend, they don't break, but they have broken one time, and that was against St. Louis.
They gave up that one long touchdown. But everything that was field goals. But but we letting them get into field goal range, and I mean, once again we had a 0-point third quarter from the offense, and Dormady, he struggled a little bit. He had his picks. I think the first one was on him. The last two were through wide receivers' hands. There's even a couple that should have been picked off that weren't.
Yeah. I feel like once it was a 2-minute warning in the second quarter, they let their foot off. The Brahmas let their foot off the gas, and they didn't put it back on until about middle of the fourth quarter. It was a scary, quarter and a half there that we watched after halftime. I mean, there was a frustration, and I can see, Tim here saying that the original pick was, San Antonio versus Stallions, but I think now it's St. Louis. We're barely halfway through the season, so
that's okay. Keep
and
sleeping on the Brahmas. Keep sleeping on the Brahmas.
And right now, St. Louis might look good, but at this point last year, remember, nobody picked the Renegades to win the championship, and they went off and did it. And we were 2 feet away from being in their position. So, it's something that there we go.
Yo,
what's up?
What's going on?
We already made the basement joke, so you don't got to worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure.
You missed it. So, but yeah, I think there was,
what's this?
There was some misses from Dormandy. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's Des didn't catch it. But yeah, no, I think there was a couple of things there where.
Hey, BD.
Oh, you like juggling balls? Huh? That's kind of like a no Diddy, no.
I was gonna make the same salute to you that the Renegades fans made to us.
Save it for after the show.
Well, we're talking UFL. This ain't NFL season, all right? The draft happened. It's over. It's done with. We just saw a bunch of practice squad players get signed to rookie contracts, so it's all good.
What's going on? What are we talking about?
No, we're saying that this past week, there's a lot of miscues there on the offense, and the defense went back to a bend but don't break style kind of playing. But we had a great time up in Arlington. We got to do a sombrero dance with Mike Scott after the game, right outside the field. That now belongs. Literally, we have won more times against Arlington in Arlington. So, they can claim that they won the championship against, in the Alamo Dome. That's fine. The game wasn't against us. So the record is 2-1 right now. Sorry, y'all.
Yep. But change gears real quick. Just share a couple of highlights because this is important, right? now that we kind of have this I-35 rivalry going, what's going on, Yogi? Where's my guy Marco? What's going on? This is a nice hat, isn't it? But speaking of nice hats, let's share some pictures that Jackie sent over from the event, and just some good times. Let me bring up my Facebook Messenger.
Yes, thank you to the Sleepy Pandito for the hat.
Yes. Yep. So this is a pic of all of us from the tailgate. As you can see, there's a decent amount of Brahmas fans there, and quite a plethora of the Renegades fans. And every one of these folks was super, super nice to us.
Yes.
They were so accommodating. I cannot remember who brought it out, but there was something about some kind of drink called chocolate cake that was absolutely phenomenal.
I missed out on that completely.
I had like several.
What is the ingredients in that?
No, I didn't. No chocolate and cake. I have no idea.
No clue, but it was a shot that tasted just like chocolate cake.
Yep. It required a lemon and sugar, and this thing was phenomenal. I'm telling you, man, it was just like chocolate cake.
I missed out.
It was absolutely insane. That right there, folks, that is the I-35 rivalry hat. This is the inaugural season for it. And you notice it's on the dashboard. There's not a compass telling you which way they're heading, but that hat does happen to be heading south down 281 towards San Antonio.
It is currently in San Antonio in our possession, and it will remain in our possession for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
Right. Now, here's the queen getting crowned. Let me see if I can bring up the video.
I-35! It's round one! Round one! Out of I-35! Hey, thank you to you Brahma fans coming out! Oh, yeah! Woo! And here you guys go! Oh, yeah! Battle I-35, guys! Yeah! Hey! Vuelta! 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 There you go! Woo!
Hey, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do a real rivalry. That's the trophy, technically, but that's a good.
And I can tell you right now that the front office, at least ours, has seen that, and they love it. They love that. It's a friendly rivalry, despite all the trash talking that happens and all that stuff. At the end of the day, we're all in this together, and it's all in good fun. Nothing but love. And speaking of love, that Renegades lineman that went down, I wish I remembered his name, but I hope he's doing all right. They said it was a spinal injury to his neck. They didn't release much information, but just based off of the way that he was strapped down, the way that they had his neck wrapped up, I'm assuming he may have messed up a disc in his neck or messed up something in his spine. Very serious, potentially career ending. Yes, Drew Samia. Yes. Thank you, Chris. So prayers up to Drew. I mean, at the end of the day, Renegade Brahma, whoever he may be, this is a man with a family that is just trying to provide, and prayers up to him. I wish him a speedy recovery. And I do hope that this is not a career-ending injury for him, because this was a serious injury that had us all worried in the stands, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there was definitely that whole moment where the stadium was just like, and then just got super, super quiet, right?
And they showed the replay, and hats off to him, because he finished the play and he gave it his all, and you could see on initial contact he kind of winced. So something happened there on that initial contact. He finished the play, but unfortunately didn't get back up. And like I said, prayers up to Drew Samia, and hopefully he's good. Go ahead, DJ.
I saw that comment, right? One state, one love. I don't know how I feel about that, man, because they always leaving us out when how they promote Houston and Arlington. They promoted that big, like, battle of whatever. And then at first, the season before the season started, it was the battle of the triangle, because it was like, oh, we got 3 teams in one state. It's supposed to be what's the name for it that we could come up with? Battle of the triangle, whatever they wanted to call it. But when Arlington and Houston played, it's like oh, it's this is the real rivalry, Texas Throwdown or whatever. But they never add us into none of those.
And
And
that's
no-
okay. But
Yeah.
well, hang on real quick. Let me jump in on this one.
Good.
Okay. The one state, one love thing, that's by the fans for the fans. That doesn't really have anything to do with the league. That's what we're saying in our group.
No,
right?
no. I know. I'm just saying from the league point of view, how they promoting it.
We're not talking about
Well,
from the
you know,
league point of view.
That's kind
I
of
know
why
you're
we
not,
have
but
our
I'm
own-
saying like how they not promoting us in nothing. Like as far as
Oh, right. No. Yeah, the league is not.
throwdowns, nothing.
Yeah,
But
no.
again, let them sleep on us. Let them sleep on us. When we
let
host
'em-
that trophy, then they can continue to stay asleep, and we'll be the ones standing tall.
Yeah, and this is something that I actually touched on at the very beginning of the show, DJ, before you jumped on, is that when people have been sleeping on us since the beginning of the season, we were ranked dead last. We had the worst odds of winning.
For sure.
And then we show up to these stadiums. We've been to the away games in Memphis, in Arlington. Now we're going to be going to DC, and I don't think that the fans there truly understand or know what to expect when Brahma fans show up and aren't just sitting there golf clapping. We're bringing the Alamo Dome with us. The spirit of the Alamo Dome comes with us, and we're loud, we're rowdy. That's how 8 of us were able to outdo 8,000 people in Memphis. That's how the 30 of us that were there in Arlington were able to outdo the other 10,000 again that were there for the Arlington game. This is for us. This is part of the course. They're going to continue to sleep on us, but the one state, one love thing did come out from the injury of Drew Samia. That's something that we did start saying when we saw him, because we all, at the end of the day, Renegade Brahma, doesn't matter.
I don't want nobody to get hurt,
It's he's a man that it was trying to provide for his family is all he's trying to do. And the injury that he had, I hope it isn't, but it's usually one of those that could potentially be career ending. I hope it's not for him, and that's kind of where it stemmed from. That's when those chants started, was the one state, one love, was when Drew Samia went down. And, it's kind of like you had to be there to kind of get the full context of it, but I understand where you're coming from, where they're always leaving San Antonio out of the conversation. And
that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because this year it's like, all right, you're going to find out then. You're going to find out.
Yeah. So sorry, we're having a little bit of a private side chat here. Again, the league can sleep on San Antonio all they want, right? We've proven time and time again that even though we don't necessarily have the numbers, we probably have the most solid fan base of all the teams out there. Yeah, granted, we don't get 30,000, 40,000 in the stadium, but then again, neither does St. Louis. They did it the one time, and their numbers have been dropping ever since. We show up, our numbers are consistent, our travel team is exactly the same all the time. We always have people at all of these away games. Now, granted, maybe we don't have 400 or 500 at the away games.
Sound like we do, though.
It certainly does. And nobody is traveling like we are.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, last year we had the reputation as a traveling team, like I mentioned earlier. We're keeping that reputation going this year, and the one thing that I can, and I told you guys this earlier when we were talking earlier before the show, is that I don't know if this was something. I mean, this is at the broadcasting level, but me personally, I had multiple people reach out to me from the South Texas triangle of what I call the Laredo, Corpus Christi, and Rio Grande Valley area, saying that they were really looking forward to watching the Brahmas Renegades game, but they were shown the Houston game and tuned out. So, if you really understand the Texas market, that general area, that general population usually tends to follow whatever San Antonio team is there, which is why the Spurs have such a big following down there, not the Mavericks, not the Rockets, that kind of stuff. And so that's something that, I did want to point out, is that, the South Texas fans, I don't know what was broadcast in Mexico, but the South Texas fans were disappointed that they didn't get to see the Brahmas game and we're shown the Houston game instead. Sorry,
Yeah, that was
Houston.
terrible. That was terrible. They covered that Houston game covered most of the market, man. That was
It was
like
like
89% of the
89%.
89 to 11. Like we didn't
Crazy.
get it.
Crazy. And then I was seeing in the comments, people was like, okay, can y'all cut this Birmingham game off? We want to see San Antonio and Arlington because it was a little more competitive, you know. So
real quick, there's my evidence that I truly am the loudmouth of the South.
Yeah.
Right there. Mike G was sitting behind us. The speaker was behind him, and he couldn't hear the PA announcer because I was so damn loud. So no offense, Arlington. I know you've got your own version of SAJ, but I'm the loudest.
That's Bizarro J right there. That's
Let's
Bizarro
go.
J.
Bizarro J.
but
Okay.
but to not, you know, be like, I mean, be a little, you know, Debbie Downer, but St. Louis, they did have a little crew there. I ain't gonna lie. When they played in the Dome, they had a little crew there. They had enough fans.
But
they tried. I don't know where they came. I don't know if they came from St. Louis or they was. I know y'all talked to them. Y'all talked to them. So
that's fine.
From
Yeah,
Austin.
they came from Austin. Oh, that don't count then.
So, no,
A
but-
couple of them came from St. Louis, but
and they showed up, but I didn't hear them in the Alamo Dome. I'm sorry, I didn't.
I saw their little crew. I saw they was behind the goalpost on the other side of us. So
Yeah,
I saw
but
them. I don't know how loud they were, but I saw their little crew. And they was,
I didn't hear any
scored.
chants for St. Louis, but we asked multiple people that were sitting in other ends of the end zone, and other ends of the stadium in Arlington, and they said they could hear us perfectly clear. I know you couldn't really hear us too much on the broadcast, but I watched back the broadcast, and the crowd in general was they muted down the crowd noise.
Yep. Well,
but you did hear cheers whenever the Brahmas scored and stuff like that.
Yeah, you would hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would hear
Yeah.
that. You would hear that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but in general, during the game, you couldn't really. You heard more. The announcers were definitely at a higher volume than what the crowd was giving off and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And
did we
but,
talk about the game already?
A little
We
bit.
have
So
not-
I
we have not gotten
wanted
there
to
yet,
get
but-
your perspective of it. You know, you saw it differently than we did.
Yeah. I saw. I watched the whole game on TV. It was man, electric though. I could say that electric. It was electric. I had the whole house watching it, and we was just like, man, this. I knew they was going to come play because remember I told you I was like, don't be surprised if they out there playing like this day Super Bowl because they didn't win no game. So I was like, okay, I'm expecting them to play a good game. But I didn't expect us to do what we did. That's the thing. Like I thought, like I said in the chat, I'm like, we made too many mistakes. I think 2 of those interceptions was off of receivers' hands. One of them was definitely Dormery's fault.
Yeah.
Yep, just the one.
Yeah, and man, I wanted us to stick to running. I didn't know. I thought towards the end of the game, AJ got too greedy. And I know he had a little vendetta against them. He wanted to blow them out.
Wanted to be
I
aggressive.
understood that, but I'm like, come on, bro, we got to win the game. So run the ball. Morgan, Ellison, and Lovett played a hell of a game.
John Lovett was on
Man.
fire, man.
I'm telling you. So our defense balled out as usual. But like I said,
Scott, man. Oof.
I was like when I saw him off the injury report, I was like, oh yeah, he about to have a game. So, but like I said, it shouldn't have been close as it was. I thought when the game started, I noticed too these last couple games we start off hot and get up, and then we take our foot off the gas, and then it's like okay, now we gotta rely on our defense.
Man.
It's
I'm like we gotta stay consistent throughout the game, man. Keep putting up points. I'm just like, come on, we cannot let these guys score on us, man. We gotta keep it consistent, keep scoring at least put up points each quarter. Don't go a quarter without scoring any points, man.
And you know, but and these are not my words. This is the words of one of the Arlington fans that told me. They're like, it just shows you how bad we are when we get 3 interceptions and we still lose.
Yeah.
And I saw the pain in their eyes when they said that. And
Just what I was thinking.
It makes me feel for them because you know watching them like on TV and seeing how poised, how composed, how much of a field general Luis Perez is, which is why he has over 1,000 yards passing.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
He's playing good, but he can't win the game by himself. You know, and I'm sure like Sal,
Sal Cannella.
He's gonna remember me. I know
Oh,
he hurt.
what happened with him?
Oh, I kept yelling his name, and
Oh.
you could hear it echo out there. And I don't know. I have a feeling that the UFL may have caught on to that because when they put out the collage of the Brahmas and the Renegade stuff, they put my picture right next to good old Sal's picture, and I'm just like, this is not a coincidence because I was the one yelling, Sal, Sal. Part of the reason my voice is still raspy is because I kept yelling for Sal for 3 quarters.
He didn't even have a big game
If
either.
you want to win, put Sal in. Were you yelling that?
No, I just kept yelling Sal. No, that chant is exclusive to Vinny
Reserved for Vinny?
Papali.
Okay.
Vinny Papali in Memphis. That's his chant right there. You want to win, put Vinny in. But Sal just gets the Sal. And I know he heard me.
But I mean, overall, I think we have a good balanced team. We just have to execute. I like that he letting Quentin air it out and take them shots, but you got to make more smarter decisions, man. You just can't be throwing it other than the receivers getting the messing up. But
we need to solidify on defense. Also, we had 2 pick opportunities. One which was clearly a pick 6. Nobody around the cat. And he dropped the ball.
I mean, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do like the fact that they was there to defend the pass. That's all I care about.
And you're right, but when you got a clear pick,
that's true.
You got to get that pick.
Make it. Yeah,
I got to get that pick.
I got
now.
So we got to tighten up there for sure.
And I know this is something that we harp on every week, but I do feel that there was a bump in improvement in the officiating this week. I felt like there was.
I agree.
I don't know that it wasn't perfect. No ref is perfect, but it wasn't as bad as it has been the past 4 weeks prior to this one, where you have an out of bounds player get hit and they're like, "No, that's good. You good?"
Yeah, and the thing I didn't mention this last week, and I'm like, why do they keep promoting this hit, dog? Like, I mean, somebody comment, one of the players commented, and Rex commented, and was like, why y'all keep promoting the illegal hit? Like, come on, man.
And I think they took it down. They took it down because they I mean, that's not something that you want to promote,
No, you don't.
And going to Chris's comment here, what about when McFarland comes back?
I'm about to say something
Y'all
notice we have 4 running backs that could start anywhere. John Lovett, Bryce Allen, Anthony McFarland, and now Morgan Ellison. That's 4 running backs that we can start. They can start anywhere in the league.
And the thing is that running backs get beat up so much that I would want to have a 3 to 4 man rotation, especially with the one as good as we have, and just give them a chance to not get hurt. So I don't feel like someone's going to get pushed out. I just feel like we're going to have another running back to add to the rotation. And
just let them run.
Whoever's hot, whoever got the hot hand, let them
whoever's hot that day, ride them that day. And
exactly.
Get another guy a chance the next day.
And just switch it out but don't let them don't run them too hard. This is, we still got 7 games to go to the championship. Let's make it to those 7 games uninjured.
Very, very, very balanced. I'm telling you, man, the receiving core is still solid.
Yes.
Stan is healthy.
We lost you, DJ.
Solid defense.
No. Well, we lost you, but
something about lines and okay and something.
Can you hear me now?
Verizon?
Yeah, no, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Man.
But
no, I was saying that the line play was okay. It was just got to stay consistent. That's all.
Yeah, no, and I know a lot of people were wondering, about Cody Latimer and where's the what would happen to Cody Latimer and all that. The thing is that I don't know if those of y'all watching saw the injury reports this past week. He did have a hurt hand. And didn't practice for part of the week. So I'm sure that no, that was Alizé Mack.
Oh, was Alizé Mack.
Alizé Mack, yeah. No,
but he had passes. He caught passes, I thought.
He played, but he wasn't as much of a factor as he's been in previous games. But I'm pretty sure that they limited him specifically because he did have an injured hand all this past week that he was healing, and they probably limited him only to go in there unless we absolutely need to have you. Go ahead, Jay. You got the finger.
1 pass, 2 targets for 7 yards.
Yeah, like I'm not mad about that because I would much rather have him rest up, heal his hand properly, and get back out there next week and the week after and be 100%
Yep.
versus go back out there and be 70%, next week. And so yeah, I mean that's I noticed the announcers were kept saying, and Cody Latimer is not really much of he hasn't been really involved in the game. Yeah, there's a reason for that, my guys. And he was hurt. Look at the injury report, Mark Sanchez.
I mean, he's a great player, but I don't think he's missed because the weapons that we have on offense. I mean, you can plug anybody in there.
Oh, exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean,
this game was our running games.
Running game, yeah.
90 yards rushing.
Yeah.
And that was with them backing off of it when they shouldn't have. So
Yeah.
Right. And props to Alizé Mack because he stepped up, whereas in the past couple of weeks he's been the blocking tight end. He's got what 3 catches, 2 of them being for touchdowns.
Drops too, man. He got drops.
He's had some drops, but he stepped up. He filled
One this week.
Man. Key drops.
He filled in the role like it was next man up. Like this is what I love about this team. It's next man up, and we have the men to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whether it's receiver, whether it's tight end, or whether it's running back, we're deep.
Now, enough about the Arlington game because we already whooped their ass. Sorry, I'm gonna say we whooped their asses.
Belt to ass.
But the thing that I want to look at next is DC. All right, because there's something from DC that
you see that.
If I was a DC fan, I would be concerned. All right, because if you looked at Reggie Barlow's post-game speech to the team, he himself said, "I hear the chatter. We cannot be divided right now." He goes, "This is on us as coaches. We did not prepare you enough." So it sounds like there's some inner turmoil within the team that's ripping it apart from the inside. So something's going on inside that locker room where they're not gelling, and that is just a death blow to any team. If you start losing the locker room, that's it. Like that's you're done. And hearing that from him, if I was a DC fan, I would be concerned for the rest of the season because that's scary things to hear from a head coach in the middle of the season. And they've fallen apart and especially after a beatdown that they got against St. Louis, because that was just a straight beatdown. It was not even fair.
And that's why I believe that you got to tread lightly because they just got their butt beat and they looking.
They're either
that's their first loss,
or they're going to come together, and so
that's their first loss at home since 2020, I believe. So. They gonna be ready. So that's just like this Arlington game. We the hottest team right now. I mean, besides it's top 3: Birmingham, Birmingham, St. Louis, and us. These are 3 hottest teams in the league.
Right.
Everybody's gunning for us. DC just lost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second time playing DC in their home. So it's a trap game. We just got to do what we got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and I think how DC responds is gonna be this next game's going to determine the rest of their season.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's gonna be one of those things where if they continue, if they're like, man, we just got beat, and they continue to just, well, it's your fault. No, it was your fault, and then that's it. It's game over. But if they come back strong and make it a competitive game, then that'll be good. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to traveling and visiting our friends in DC. But I will.
Burlington don't say Coke Factory on the thing no more.
Yeah, it's just Burlington now.
Just say Burlington, yeah. So
yeah.
It's cheaper to not have Coke Factory on the signs now. So that's how they keep the prices low. But no, and the thing with DC, me personally, I still haven't forgotten how y'all left me hanging, DC. I still haven't forgotten how y'all got me booed in my own stadium. I was there helping y'all out, and y'all left me hanging. And I'm going to y'all's house now. I'm going to y'all's house. And I guarantee you, they're not going to let me in the beer snake section to contribute, to have fun with them. They're probably going to boo me there too. And go ahead. I'm used to being booed because y'all got me booed in my own stadium.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, that's gonna be my sticking point all
Here we
week.
go.
I got my bone to pick with the DC Defenders, and they let me down. And now I'm coming to their house, and I'm gonna tell them how I feel in their house. They're gonna hear
good
me
luck.
all game long. I don't
Good
care.
luck.
I'm not afraid. I've been to DC before. I'm not afraid. And
All right.
I know you from there. I know you from there, but I am not afraid. I am not afraid.
So first of all, shout out to our friends from Pro Arena Talk who
Hey, you
actually got their name right. 100%.
Good job.
Okay.
I know you read
Second
it
of
on
all,
the screen though.
I'm sorry, Jackie. I got you. I'm gonna say it. Jorge, I love you like a brother.
No,
But
don't
again-
say it. I
I'm
know.
telling him.
Again,
I got myself
you
fooled.
can't-
No.
You brought it
Brahma
on
babe,
yourself.
I warned him, man.
You brought it
No.
on yourself.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
And it
But-
wasn't like DC left you hanging. They had
They
no idea
did.
you were going to show up and not support
Yes, they did.
Arlington. No, they
Yes, I told them. I was very clear with a lot of the fans.
there were 5 of them there. So
There-
I mean,
There was way more than 5 of them there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean,
way-
it
I'm
sounded
sorry.
it sounded like 5.
It
5 that
sounded
were-
like
5
5.
that were awake. 5
Yeah.
that were awake. So you
But
told
they
the
left-
ones that were not awake. Apparently,
They left me hanging,
Okay.
and I have not forgotten. You all got me booed in the Alamo Dome, and that is my house. I let you in my
You-
house, and you
you
trashed
got
it.
you booed in your house
You
because
did.
you had the no renegade sign. If you would have shown up with any other sign, even the no DC sign, you would have not have gotten booed like you got booed.
I mean, that's
because you
probably
showed up
fair
with the
because
no
the
renegade
DC
sign.
fans were probably asleep and wouldn't have seen that sign. So
Exactly. So I'm sorry, man. That one's on you.
No,
You've
no.
got to take ownership of that one.
No,
You can't
no,
play victim.
No. Look. Did
All
I
I'm
get,
saying is, I wish you the best of luck. Have fun. Be tread lightly going into the
No,
beer,
I'm not.
the beer snake section.
Can
I'm
we at
gonna
least
go.
agree
you
on
know,
this?
I'm gonna go and rip up the beer snake. How about that? See what they do. See what they do there.
Don't you gonna do what?
I'm gonna go rip up the beer snake. I'm gonna go
Oh,
tear it in
my
half. And be like,
goodness.
"Oops, my bad."
And
And
then
walk
we're gonna
out.
have then we're gonna come back on
Sombrero at it
Monday and say
snap it.
we're gonna come back on Monday on the podcast and we're gonna say yeah, Jorge didn't make it.
We're gonna
He's
be
not
like
gonna make
this.
it tonight. Like
Guys, I
Jorge
hate to
didn't
tell
make
you
it.
this,
He's not gonna
but
make it tonight. He
Moment of silence for
Yeah.
our fallen brother Jorge because
No,
he tried to no beer snake
I'm
and got bit
going-
by the snake.
I'm
do
going.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm going to DC angry because
Oh
they
my
left me
goodness.
hanging. I don't forget. I forgive, but I don't forget, and I ain't forgot.
Y'all going with him?
Yeah.
I'm not making this trip. I wish I was, but I'm not making
Please,
Somebody-
please protect Jorge at all costs.
Somebody's got to identify the body, man.
It's gonna be at the bottom of the beer snake. They're gonna start the beer snake on his back. He could be laying on the bottom on the ground somewhere.
Yep.
Man, don't do that, man. Don't touch that beer snake, man.
I mean, we're going to go there. We're going to do what we do. We're going to make a lot of noise. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to meet
Look,
some
by
friends over there.
By the fourth quarter, you're gonna be the camera. Chapman is gonna be on us because everyone else is gonna be gone. And we
Maybe.
have 4 Brahma fans here that are still watching this game while everyone else left.
Jason, you're gonna have to say hi to our friend for you and me this weekend.
Hey, you know what?
Bellamy.
Belt me
Bellamy.
with lemons.
Bellamy.
Belt me with lemons so I can put them around the rim here of my beer and just drink it. Give me all the lemons.
But we need-
That's
we need-
free produce for me.
we
Free
need some
produce for
salt
me.
also. Can we get it from their tiers as they're losing?
Might as well. I can
Okay.
put some salt right here from the tiers. Give me some lemon, and now I got a good beer.
A better beer. A better beer.
No, this one's already good. I don't know
Well,
what
that's
you're
what
talking
I'm
about.
saying. You said you'd have a good beer.
But they don't serve that. But they don't serve that one over at Audi.
They
so
don't.
No.
You're gonna have to dress that
So
up.
so I guarantee you, they're gonna, because it's Fiesta night, they're gonna have like every other stadium, Modelo and Dos Equis, and they're just gonna assume I'm gonna want one of those two, which they're not wrong in they're not wrong in assuming that, because I'm gonna want one of those two. But yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
Be ready, DC. I'm just saying, you're coming. You I haven't forgotten, and you upset me, and now I'm coming to your house, and I'm gonna upset you. I'm gonna upset you.
Okay. Again, I mean, I agree with DJ on this one. This is a dangerous game that we're walking into. Not even talking about the fans or anything like that. DC has a lot riding on this game. We do too, but DC potentially has more riding on this game, and so they cannot lose. We have to be ready for anything. So
they'll go down. If they lose, they'll be 2-4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're about to be 2-4. They're gonna know what it's like to have a 3-7 season, just like we did last year. They're the Brahmas of last year, and the Renegades are the Guardians of last year. That's how it is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But it should be a fun game either way.
You know, they may not be the Brahmas because there is still like the 3 USFL teams not named Birmingham that are still under DC. So
that's true.
And you know what? Speaking of the USFL teams, I just want to give a quick shout out to our boy Jeremy Elkins out in Memphis, holding down the Memphis Showboat, the yacht club. Literally, I think at this point by himself. No, and he was interviewed recently, and I don't know. This was kind of like a backhanded compliment to us as XFL division, but they said, "Yeah, you'll see. He's hard to miss because he shows up to the Memphis Showboats game in an XFL-esque attire because he dresses up." And I'm like, "Yo, that's kind of a backhanded compliment. Like, I get what you're trying to say." But it's not my fault that your fans just go with a baseball hat and a T-shirt and go team.
Yeah.
We got a captain's hat. We're cool. We're fans.
No. Not even just Memphis, just the USFL in general. Sorry that your fans. If I was in Alabama, I'd show up in overalls and a banjo. And I would.
That's a normal attire, though.
That's Birmingham. So
that's why I said Alabama.
That's what we can expect when we go over there next season.
We're not going over next
season.
But if I was in Michigan,
pull some teeth too.
I don't know what I would show up probably wearing a paper bag over my head because I'm probably a Lions fan.
Well, you can't be a Lions fan anymore because Spicy Leg isn't there now.
That's what I'm saying though, because they're so used to wearing paper bags over their heads. There you go. They can go. I don't know what Detroit does, but other than eat Coney Islands, that's it.
Lose.
I mean, they just was in the playoffs though, so
lose.
They were just in the playoffs.
They got their one playoff year every 20 years. Then they'll
they got a decent.
How many
team,
Super Bowl
man.
trophies do they have?
Y'all watch ball, man. They got a decent team. They should be good. I don't know if they make the playoffs this year, but they'll have a good record.
Are you talking about the Lions or the Panthers? I'm talking
about
the
Lions. The Lions, Detroit Lions.
Good for the Lions. I don't care about the Lions. I'm talking about the Panthers.
The Michigan Panthers or the Carolina Panthers?
Michigan.
Both.
Oh yeah, they suck.
Both. Michigan Panthers are 3-2 right now, sir.
Michigan Panthers, we beat them. They suck.
Yeah, but we beat them, and they didn't put up a
They
fight.
suck to me.
They're still 3-2.
Yeah, that's great.
In their conference, but in our conference, we beat them.
Yeah,
it's true, but
they did not put up a fight in San Antonio.
No.
They're number 4.
Well, you know what? One of their players tried to put up a fight.
Hey,
J, but
no, he was inviting you guys for a nice little chat in the parking lot. Is all. He just wanted to say, hey guys.
I mean, you know what?
No hard.
He probably would have lost that too.
If the entire team showed that much fight like on the field, they probably wouldn't be 3-2.
Truth. Probably more like 4-1.
Here's the thing, though.
They should be 2-3 for real because they call that field goal.
They call their fan base the litter box, I'm just saying.
They don't call
Like,
it a little box.
Yes, there's a guy I've seen with a mullet that has a sign that says "Welcome to
No,
the
they
litter
don't.
box."
No,
Yes,
yes,
they do.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
I'm not
my
kidding.
Goodness.
I am not kidding.
They call their fan base the litter box.
Yes,
That's insane.
yes, that's what. That's Detroit.
The litter box.
Hang on.
But you
Oh,
know,
you got a picture of it? Oh my goodness. This should be the meme that goes around all the pages.
bro, and
I should be posting this.
the cat that has this sign has the most glorious mullet, though. Oh my God, look at that mullet. That is, oh my God, that is beautiful.
That's a for real thing.
That is not. That is
man,
not.
You know,
that
he's
is
the
not
only one
Photoshopped.
right there. Like
The
he's
murder
lonely.
mitten kittens. Come on now.
Come
Come
on.
on.
That's
The
a
litter
meme.
box.
Somebody
That's-
take a picture.
That
of
is not a meme.
No,
That
that
is
is.
No,
That
I
is
said that.
look,
I said that should be a meme.
That look, even at straight from the Panthers Instagram.
That's insane. I wonder what the comment said.
I hope it's complimenting his mullet because
That's
that
a
mullet
fantastic mullet.
is a fantastic mullet, just as glorious as Ryan Santoso's mustache. Oh
Mhm.
my God, that dude has a mustache that I am jealous of.
Oh, he missed his field goal too.
That's fine. He got his mustache.
I think
He's got
that's
that mustache.
Hey,
That's
Jorge be
fine.
Jorge be worrying about the wrong thing.
Kind of blew the mustache. It kind of turned him, and he just missed it.
No,
you know?
hey, I know. I looked at that. I watched back the game. The field goal. It was
He shanked it.
He shanked it, but it was a bad snap, a bad hold, and it was a bad kick. Like it was a bad everything all around. It wasn't all on Santoso because I saw the hold and the put down, and it was wild. It wasn't right. It wasn't clean. It wasn't smooth.
Yeah, he do. He got a mustache fetish. He does. And
Chris.
he has an Arlington fetish too.
Chris,
Wow.
have you not seen Ryan Santoso's mustache? It is the most beautiful thing you will look at this season. I mean, I kid you not. It is as beautiful as John Trey Kirkland's smile.
Yeah, he do smile a lot.
He's got an infectious smile. He does.
So he got a thing for smiles too.
Hey, I can appreciate a good smile. I can appreciate a good mustache. I can appreciate a good mullet.
Well, you won't be getting any smiles in why can I not remember the name of the stupid city now?
DC?
DC?
No, not DC. DC, they're not going to smile no matter what. But no, I was thinking
In
not
Arlington?
Memphis, but Birmingham.
Michigan?
Birmingham.
All right, take your time, Jim.
Yeah.
Take your
That's
time.
not take your
Yeah.
time.
You won't get smiles in Birmingham
That's
because
the
they don't
old
have
age.
enough teeth to make a smile there.
That's true. You're gonna get gums.
Yep.
A mullet.
The
Wait.
mullet.
Mullet. I'm sorry that I also speak Spanish and it comes out sometimes. You know, it's just what it is.
That's fine. But that is a pretty glorious mullet. But it's not going to matter because we're going to roast them. Brian, have at it. Right? I put it in the chat just for you. Have some fun with that one. Right? You seem to be the king of the meme. So
Meme king.
That's an old meme. I'll revisit it when needed. But
No, the memes this week should be against DC getting their shields broken because they got me booed in the Alamo Dome. Thanks for having my back, guys.
oh god.
That's on you. You the one that was cheering that wanted to be friends with them.
None
I
of
keep
y'all.
having these feelings of deja vu.
None
We've
of
had this
Our
conversation.
team wasn't playing, but
Hey.
you was going against Arlington.
This
none
this
of
is what
y'all-
matters right now. This
None
is
of
what
y'all
matters right
have
now.
my back, and I see
Okay.
how it is.
Step on snake.
Jorge,
That's what we're focused on.
our team was not playing in the championship game.
That's
you
fine.
had an Arlington sign, and you
I had
were
an-
cheering with DC. Come on,
I wasn't
That's on
cheering.
you.
Look, I wasn't cheering for DC. I
No, I
was
said you
cheering
was cheering
against
with-
Arlington.
You was cheering against. You was cheering with
Exactly.
DC.
And that's why you got booed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where was the DC fans to back me up? They
They
weren't.
were busy
you
there.
trying to
why you
root
saying
for their
y'all?
team.
they were sleeping.
It's not y'all. You should be-
like
you
10
should
minutes
be-
ago. They were
I'm not.
asleep.
DJ got horns.
You should have like woken, kind of ran around, woke them all up, be like, "Hey,
I did. I would turn around with all these Redskins or Commanders or football team, whatever the hell they're called now. All these people wearing those Washington football team jerseys, and they were just sitting down like this the entire time. I'm like, yo, hey, get up, do something.
You know what? You are absolutely correct, because Jay and I were doing the exact same thing over on our side, and we've talked about this a bunch of times. Like, we were standing up, we were yelling, we were trying to get the DC fans to stand up and start cheering and yell on third down, and they were just like,
they didn't.
Hey, speaking of fans, the one thing I forgot to thank the Arlington fans for earlier in the show. When our team is on defense, right?
Keep making noise.
They was making
noise.
Yeah.
You guys kept making
Oh,
noise.
my goodness.
We would say,
they pulled a Memphis.
and then
And
you would
they're
say
yelling.
Offense.
something to go along with that.
And
You
blowing
weren't
those little
supposed
But
to.
the whole
horns.
time you making noise.
But you
Yeah.
weren't supposed to. You're
They were-
supposed to be quiet when
they-
your offense is on the field.
They were helping us out the entire game.
Didn't even realize it.
They didn't even realize it. I mean, they had noisemakers that are illegal, by the way, but they still had them in there. They like
not all the banditos.
No, they
trying
were
to get them
no,
quiet.
they
Some of them were
Banditos,
actually
they were
making noise.
They were blowing in their little, I
Little-
call them like the crowd noise Viagra, because we don't need no artificial help to make noise in our dome. But
Nope.
they were blowing on those where their team was on offense.
And Jan, you're right. They did try and build a beer snake here in San Antonio, and I'm sorry that
They
the
told them
security
no.
at the Alamo Dome did
that
not
is-
allow them to do that.
Not
That
quite. So they obviously they don't have cups in the Alamo
Yeah, we
Dome
don't
for the
have
beer
to,
snake. So
Right.
they built their own
Snake
over at one of
outside
the
the
other
dome.
restaurants, and they brought it over and they set it up, and they had their little fake
They had
beer
it-
snake during the game.
they had a memorial in front of it.
Yeah, while
Yeah.
they did their pictures, and then they took it down and moved it away. So
Right.
it wasn't that they didn't let them have it. We don't
There's
sell
no
beer
cups.
cups at the
There's
dome.
no
Right.
So-
Yeah, we actually trust our fans with cans. Yeah, go figure.
I don't
That's
know about that,
dangerous.
but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
But-
and here's the thing. Another thing from Arlington, DJ, we didn't tell you about this. Their own people that they had on the field giving high fives to the players before the game came over to our section and started cheering with us against the Renegades.
Oh, wow.
yep.
That was
So
awesome.
Those kids were fun.
Those
It was awesome.
those little frat boy kids were like, I'm like, I don't know these kids, but they all right. They welcome them to San Antonio.
Yeah, Chris, they didn't beat them on the field. They just joined us in our section to boo Arlington.
They was just cheering with the
Yeah.
Brahma fans. That's what you're saying.
So
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I loved it. And they started the 0-5 chant. And but at the end of the day, I know Jackie has a video of it, but I did see the pain in their eyes, and it reminded me of us last year.
yeah.
And I do feel for them. I still hate your team, but I feel for y'all.
We'll feel
Yeah.
for the fans. Hey, we love most of the fans. Not the ones that were telling us bye, but the rest of them are cool.
I'm about to say. Got the whole-
Someone's got like cats.
You might better
and
get in trouble.
dogs. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, this past weekend in Arlington, look for those of you guys that have not traveled to an away game, and if Houston is
Sorry.
not, if DC is not plausible, if St. Louis isn't plausible for you, Houston is your next best bet. I encourage you 100%. Try to make it to that Houston game, because it is a way you bond with your fellow Brahma fan in a different way that you don't get to do so in the Alamo Dome.
Yeah.
Because we're all there for the same reason. There's thousands of us. Here, it's a small, compact group that makes it sound like there's thousands of us, but you bond with your fans in a different way. You make new friends, and I encourage you guys, if you cannot make it to DC or St. Louis, go to the Houston game, travel with us. I won't be there, unfortunately, but the sombrero will be there. I will make sure of that.
Yeah.
But I personally will not be at the Houston game. So you guys rock the rig. I will not be there to rock it with y'all. But I know you guys got it covered.
Yep.
Yeah. One game down for the 3-game road trip. So
Yeah.
we more to go, man. Then we back in the dome.
And there will be a Brahmas presence at every single one of those games.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're making sure that we're going to stack the cards in our favor as much as possible every single one of these road games. Houston, Arlington, of course, we want to make those as close to home games as possible. For the further ones, St. Louis, DC, things like that. We understand if everybody can't make it, but if nothing else, make sure that you're watching the game.
Yeah, watch
right?
the game,
Cheer
get the
for your
ratings
team.
up.
Right.
Go to Fiasco Sports Bar.
If you can make it to DC or St. Louis later, I mean we're going to St. Louis as well.
Yeah, like
let us know. Let us know. We'll all sit together. So
we'll sit together. We can split a hotel room. We can we can make it to where it's affordable for y'all. Because that's how we're doing it. And we are flying there, except for Jason is crazy. He's driving.
Unfortunately.
Except to DC, he's actually taking an airplane there. I'm surprised. But watch the games. Go to, if you want to be, with your fellow Brahma fans. Twin Peaks is hosting it. There's was it Fiasco Sports Bar?
It looked like it was a pretty good turnout.
They had a good turnout at Fiasco Sports Bar. Just remember, I don't know what time the game is at, but after a certain hour, it's adults only. They don't allow anyone under 21 in there. So just keep that in mind. If you have to go to family friendly, Alamo Beer is always a supporter. They're going to be showing the game. You got
3 p.m. Central.
Okay, 3 p.m. Central. So
you should still be able to.
If you're in the Austin area, Bombshells, Centerfield, and Kyle, as Brahma Babe said. So Bombshells in San Antonio also has people. I know that they host the Steelers Nation there. So if you're a Brahmas fan,
who are they? I don't know who those are.
Yeah, let's be nice. They're Brahmas right now.
Okay, fair enough.
But let's make sure we go out and support these local businesses and get people out there, look, people keep on like we said, people leave out San Antonio. They don't understand that we serious about this.
Shots. Shots.
But we talking about the Brahmas right now. We're not talking about the NFL.
Exactly. That's why we're not even putting that comment up.
Yeah. So, but anyways, what I'm saying is, go out there, support these local businesses. If you're not gonna watch it at home, go out to one of these places. If you want to be around fellow Brahmas fans, there's a bunch of different locations hosting them. Fiasco Sports Bar is an official bar crew partner, as is Twin Peaks. But then we also got people going to Bombshells. We've got people, I'm sure hosting other places and other, there's going to be a lot of places watching this game. Because let's be honest, right now in San Antonio, the Brahmas are the hot ticket in town. And also shout out to KSAT for giving us a shout out for they really enjoyed our Fiesta medal. They said in the morning news this morning, they did say that it was one of their favorite medals that they got at the parade at the Battle of Flowers was the Brahmas medal. So
it was cool. Better than last year's.
Yeah, last year's you also got it was a rushed last minute thing that they put together. This year they did have time to design it and all that good stuff and it was shout out to KSAT. Thank you for the plug there with the Fiesta medal and appreciating that and I want to make sure that they good friends with the Brahmas, so we want to be good friends with them too.
They're the one news broadcast that I constantly see pop up showing stories, kind of giving details about the team and stuff. So the other news stations are very few and far between, and KSAT's been steady with it all year. So really
Now-
good. You know,
Now, I can't give out too many details at the moment, but I do want to say, fans, keep your eyes on with the keep your eyes peeled on social media, on multiple channels. You know, there are plans potentially in the works. Maybe I don't know, but we're trying to get more local engagement going on. So keep your eyes peeled for some events, especially as we get closer to the home games. But just know that there are things that are, potentially in the works that we're trying to work on for y'all to make sure that I know they're in Arlington. I know the players are housed over there, but there's no reason why we can't do stuff here during the week. And we're trying to work on something for that for y'all. So more details to come on that. Just all I can say right now is keep your eyes peeled on social media. And, I think you guys are going to like what we got up our sleeves here.
Yes, sir. All right. So big thing, just make sure that you're watching the game this weekend. Make sure you're watching out for some crazies. And hopefully we don't get arrested or anything this weekend. That would be nice.
No, I think people are going to get arrested when I take out the beer snake.
Step on snake. All weekend long. Step on snake.
Oh, you know what? You know what I might actually go do? I might actually go get a beer in a cup and then pretend I'm going to walk over to the beer snake section and then just throw the cup away in the trash.
That's your hype video this week?
No, do it in Audi Field.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I have my camera on and I'll be saying World Star in the back or something.
Don't do that.
Oh no, I want to now. You keep telling me don't do that. It makes me want to do it more.
Okay, that's on you then. I try to warn you. What else we got?
No, I already. Oh, trust me. I know.
Okay.
But I'm also angry. I'm also upset with them.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much all we have for this week. Again, we're traveling, so I'm sure we're going to get, some video footage and everything from being over there. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. So looking forward to seeing, Defender Doug, Captain Obvious, some of the other folks over there. The Lemon Guy. Some of the other fans, maybe not so much. I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll make new friends, right? Because that's kind of what we're known for is bringing that, that camaraderie and that olive branch of friendship. We won't be able to have any Brahma's beer with us to help kind of, make that loss taste a little bit better to them. But we'll find a way to
they had some the first game, so they had their chance.
They've had some Brahma's beers those that came, so they're good.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So
they did it without backing me up too. They drank my beer without backing me up. So I did not forget that.
Okay, right here. We're meeting at Walter's Bar before the game because I guess they don't tailgate there.
So I hope Walter's Bar has tequila because mariachi is like tequila. And if y'all are gonna have a fiesta night and you don't have tequila, then it's not a fiesta night.
Maybe they'll have that Terra Manga tequila, whatever, the official tequila of the XFL fans everywhere.
There you go. Yeah.
UFL.
If you got Terramana tequila,
there you go.
Mana.
There you go. And then we'll top it off with some of that Zoa energy drink.
There you go. Yes. Zoa. Get that big Dwayne energy.
that skinny Dwayne energy. That's an inside joke, folks. So you don't even know. Okay, look, we're on time.
We're gonna end it here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
We'll see you guys. Keep an eye out for us in DC, and we'll see you guys next week after we give our. What is it gonna be? 5-1.
She said wrap it up.
1.
The boss said wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't care what the boss says. She's not here.
Shut us down, Jackie.